Ghost Protector does not begin like a typical ghost story. It begins with something small after an ordinary move, then the details become impossible to ignore: sounds in empty rooms, shadows stopping behind doors, and the feeling of being woken by something that knows where you sleep. The chilling part is this: they thought they had chosen the house, but maybe the house had chosen them first.
In the early 90s, Kelly Cataline is enjoying her carefree 20s with her boyfriend, Chris.
So, I really want you to meet my parents.
When Chris and I were dating, we were very young. I was 24. So most of the things we did together was going to the bars and playing pool, fun things like that.
What if they don't like me?
They're gonna love you. Trust me. Dang, I'm gonna be late. I'm supposed to pick up Melissa from the airport. What time is Charles meeting you?
Should be here soon. We're supposed to play pool tonight.
He was very outgoing, loved people, very fun, had a lot of friends.
I'll see you later.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll be back in like a couple of hours.
Okay.
I love you.
I love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Oh, hey, man. That's reserved. My friend's on his way. What'd you say to me? That's my friend's chair.
It's mine now.
Oh. This guy giving you problems? Look, I don't want any problems, all right? Just leave me alone, all right? Just get away from me. Get away from me.
Chris is rushed to the hospital and later dies.
He was taken so young, I couldn't believe it. He was a very strong man, so it was shocking that he died that way.
I love you.
I love you too. I don't want any problems, all right?
The tragic loss haunts Kelly for years.
It was really, really hard. I was in shock for a long time.
Eventually, she meets a new man, and they have 2 daughters. But later they separate, and Kelly again must move on. In 2010, she and her 15-year-old daughter move into a rental house in Cincinnati.
Hey, Mom. Oh, there you are. I was waiting for you. I want to hear all about your first day. Sit.
It was me and my daughter, Samantha. My older daughter, Heather, had gone off to college.
So, how was it?
It was okay.
I was just starting my freshman year in high school. The house was perfect for me and my mom.
I met a couple of girls who aren't totally horrible.
Oh, aren't totally horrible, huh?
She's very, very friendly. She's easy to get along with, very sweet, lots of friends. She was a good kid.
Well, I made a lot of progress here. I got the whole kitchen unpacked.
Good. I'm starving. What's for dinner?
Over the next few days, mother and daughter settle in.
You almost finished with that? We need to get your books for school.
Who's with you in this picture?
Oh, can't believe I still have this. That was so long ago. Do you remember me telling you about Chris? The guy I dated before your father?
My mom informed me that there was a guy that she had been seeing named Chris when she was younger, and he died in an unfortunate bar fight, even though I had never known him. Him and my mom were close.
The guy was killed?
Yeah, so sad. He was really special.
I thought, where would it have gone? Even though we were young, would we still be together? But I definitely missed him, definitely.
But Kelly remains focused on her future and making her house a home.
I heard noises like someone was throwing stuff around.
Samantha? Yeah? Did you hear that? Samantha.
Whoa, Mom.
Scared me.
Easy. Hey, Haley wants to know if I can go to the movies tonight.
Who's Haley?
My new friend from school. Everyone's gonna be there. Can I go?
Sure. But be home by 9:30.
Okay. I'm gonna get ready. Thank you.
The heck?
When I turned around, I noticed the door had come unhitched.
Swear I locked this.
I thought about it for a second and said, you know, that's weird, but I kind of brushed it off and dismissed it.
A few nights later, Samantha invites her new friend over while her mom is at work.
Okay, unpause it.
Do we have to watch something so scary?
Come on. It's all fake anyway.
What was that?
What are you talking about? Come on, don't be chicken.
I started to hear footsteps that were very loud, as if it was a larger person stepping almost angrily through the house.
See, I told you.
My mom's probably home from work. Stay here, I'll go check. Mom? Mom?
I didn't really see anything. I kind of stood there for a second and pondered, you know, maybe I'm really tired.
Mom?
Mom?
"15-year-old Samantha Cataline is in the throes of a paranormal attack.
I really couldn't believe it. I was so scared. My mind is telling me to run, but my fear is telling me don't move.
Are you okay? What? What? Whoa! Sam! Whoa! It's me. It's Mom. What is wrong?
She was very upset and shaken.
We heard footsteps, and at first I thought Haley was kidding, but then I heard them too, so I came in the kitchen to see if it was you, and it wasn't.
She had been hearing footsteps, and her purse just flew off the table.
Okay, just calm down. What were you guys watching? Were you watching a scary movie? Yes, we were watching a scary movie, but that's not what it was. We heard it. You guys are just imagining it. It's fine. I told you to. We weren't imagining it. It's all right. I'm serious, Mom. Okay. You shouldn't watch those movies. You have to get Haley home, okay? Haley, get your backpack.
I thought they were just being scared teenagers being in the house alone, and a new house at that.
Mom, I'm serious. Sweetie, it's okay. Okay? You're not listening to me.
At that point, my mom kind of played it off like it's nothing, let's just ignore it and put it to the side. And it bothered me. It was bothering me that this was going on and nobody wanted to talk about it.
I was watching a movie, and I had fallen asleep. And I looked up and I saw in bright letters, "I love you." I just kind of stared at it for a minute, and then I was like, that's weird. It had nothing to do with the movie. So at that point, I backed up the DVD, and it was nowhere on the movie. All of a sudden, I felt like someone was watching me.
Kelly begins to wonder if her daughter is right. But if there is a ghost in the house, why would it be sending Kelly a love message? A few days later, Kelly begins hearing odd noises again.
Sam?
I kept hearing a knocking. I couldn't tell where it was coming from at first, and then I realized it was coming from the attic. It sounded like a person's finger tapping, and saying, "Let me out of here." I knew at that point that it was someone in there wanting me to open the door.
Kelly Cataline is having paranormal frights in her home. So far, the events have been harmless, almost playful.
I love you. Someone knocking. It didn't scare me.
I woke up out of nowhere and it was so painful. I screamed out for my mom and she ran in the room.
I'm here! I'm here! I'm here! What happened? Sam, it hurts! What happened? What? It hurts! Oh my God!
I lifted up my shirt and I had scratch marks that were very fresh and it scared me to death.
I was shocked and scared at the same moment. I couldn't believe what I was seeing.
You're gonna sleep with me tonight. Come on. Let's go.
For Samantha, the scratches are proof that whatever is in their home is evil.
From that night on, I slept in bed with my mom. I did not want to be alone. I knew then I was in harm and I didn't want to be there at all. I didn't want to be in my room. I was very scared.
Over the next few days, Kelly struggles to accept what is happening.
My mom believed it was her ex-boyfriend, Chris. I knew she wanted to believe that because it made her feel safe, but I felt that this spirit was so dark that there is no way the spirit was trying to protect me.
You don't know what to do at that point. I wanted to move, but financially we had just put a deposit down on this house, and I was afraid to break the lease, that they would come after us for the remaining of the lease, and I couldn't afford 2 places. I was a single mom. I had no support from her father. I felt helpless at that point, that I couldn't do anything.
Trapped in the house with the evil entity, Kelly and Samantha have no idea of the fight the ghost of Chris has ahead of him to keep them safe.
Samantha?
I heard some noises coming from upstairs, and I wasn't quite sure what it was. It sounded like a rattling.
Kelly Cataline has been sensing what she believes to be a good ghost in her home until now.
The door flew off the hinges, taking the wood with it. It didn't just fall, it literally looked like someone ripped it off. From that point on, I was terrified.
Mom? What happened?
I could see that she was very scared, and for her to show that to me, I knew that it had to frightened her very bad.
You were right. What? I heard a noise, and then the door started shaking, and then it flew off its hinges, and something just hit my arm. Oh my God! Whatever this is, it's not Chris. He wouldn't do this.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
At that point, I knew it wasn't Chris. I knew it wasn't anybody that cared about us. I knew it was something bad.
Kelly finally realizes they need help. She invites local paranormal experts to investigate the house.
When we first walked in, the energy was really negative. You could tell it was just heavy, and it was an indicator that something was happening in the house.
The team decides to begin an EVP session. For her safety, Kelly's daughter Samantha is not present.
EVP stands for electronic voice phenomenon. It's a session where you try to contact spirits, and you can pick sounds up with digital recording devices that you won't be able to hear with the human ear.
Are you with the home? Are you demonic in nature? Do you mean the family harm?
What was that?
Do you mean the family harm? What was that?
We picked up what we believe were two voices. We had a voice saying, "Get out," and then we had a growling voice telling us, "I hate you."
I believe there are two entities in your house. A peaceful spirit and a demonic entity.
We had a conflict going on between the two. It was like a spiritual battle that was going on inside that house.
Oh my gosh.
When Dale said it was a demonic presence, it was very frightening.
Demonic? I thought it was Chris, my ex-boyfriend who died. I thought it was his spirit trying to communicate with me.
Chris's spirit is here. He's been protecting you. That knocking you've been hearing, well, that's been Chris.
How did this happen?
Well, I believe that they somehow followed you here. Do you know anyone in the occult? Or have you yourself ever tried to communicate with the spirit world?
Oh my God. The cemetery.
Suddenly, Kelly remembers paying a visit to Chris's grave a few years prior to moving into her current home.
I was just trying to get some answers. Was he okay? I had unanswered questions about what had happened to him, so I decided to use a spirit board to communicate with him.
Chris? Chris, can you hear me? Give me a sign you're here. Chris. I went to his grave and I used this spirit board thing to try and communicate with him.
A spirit board? Did you close down the communication? Did you say goodbye?
I just got freaked and I left.
I believe you unknowingly opened a portal.
Kelly broke communication and she left the cemetery, but she never closed the portal. This allowed Chris's spirit to come through as well as a demonic entity.
It made me feel guilty that it was my fault.
What do we do?
We have to do a cleansing immediately. Now, can you take us to the most active spot in the house?
Yeah. This is where the door started shaking and it flew off the hinges at me.
Kelly and Samantha were in danger if they stayed in that house. At some point in time, somebody would either have been hurt or possibly possessed by this demon.
This is a St. Michael prayer. I need you to pray with me. I need you to be firm in your prayers. You have to reclaim your home. We're sending the spirits back to where they came from. And we're closing the door. St. Michael, the Archangel, defend us in battle. Be our protection against the wickedness and the snares of the devil. Thrust into hell, Satan, and all the other evil spirits who prowl through the world, seeking the ruin of souls.
The atmosphere in the house changed. The whole house became oppressed. It just became real heavy and negative. This thing did not want to leave.
Be our protection against the wickedness
and the snares of the devil. Thrust into hell, Satan.
For more A Haunting, visit DestinationAmerica.com.
St. Michael, the Archangel.
While attempting to evict an evil entity from Kelly Cataline's home, a paranormal investigator is suddenly struck by a demonic attack.
Thrust into hell, Satan.
It pushed my shoulder forward, and at that point I knew that the demon wanted us out of there. It didn't want to leave.
Are you okay?
Keep praying.
St. Michael!
You must reclaim your home.
Okay. Defend us in battle!
You must reclaim your home. Keep praying.
You are not welcome here! This is my house! This is my house!
and all the other evil spirits.
You did it. It's gone.
At the moment we felt the environment change, we knew the spirits were gone. We knew they were out of the house.
The thickness in the air left and it felt light again.
And Chris?
He's at peace. He's crossed over.
Chris felt at that point that his work here was done and he no longer had to protect the family.
It was a relief because I knew he was going to find peace.
Now listen to me. You must get past this. Anytime you focus on the haunting, it can allow the spirit to come back. You and your family are safe now.
Thank you.
Over the next few days, Kelly and her daughter resume life as usual.
I was really excited, thinking we're not going to have to move. We can keep the house. It's going to be okay.
How about this one?
Ooh, I like the silver.
Oh, I can't believe you're gonna be 16. That doesn't mean you can date, though.
Mom, do we have to talk about that? Anyways, I'm so excited about the party.
I was excited. I was ready for everything to be back to the way it was.
And I'm just so glad this is over.
Oh, honey, that's all in the past. You have nothing to worry about.
What was that?
It sounded like chairs being thrown and tables scooting across the floor. It just sounded like the whole room was getting thrown around.
Stay here.
There was nothing out of place, nothing. I realized it wasn't gone, that we were gonna have to move and find another place at that point.
Samantha! What happened? Come on. We're getting out of here.
What about my dress?
It doesn't matter. I'll take care of it later. We're not safe here.
That moment, we realized we've got to go. We felt completely helpless, and we wanted to run.
Kelly and Samantha abandoned their dream home, only returning to pack their belongings.
I think it changed me a lot. It's made me open my eyes more to the spirit world.
I don't really think I would doubt anything in the paranormal after going through that. I'm 100% full believer now. So I completely believe that a spirit could harm you in any way it wanted to if it had the energy to do so. And that frightens me. I don't think I'll ever be the person I was before any of this happened.
I think the demon is probably still in there. It didn't leave.
Daughter move into a rental house in Cincinnati.
We had moved into a house we were renting in Cincinnati, Ohio. It was really, really big and really cute. I had a nice yard. I loved the neighborhood.
Hey, Mom.
Oh, there you
I'm starving. What's for dinner?
I'm exhausted from all the unpacking. Let's just order out.
Yes, yes. Pizza?
Sure.
I was looking really forward to the area and the house. It was a new start.
What do you think about pepperoni?
Oh, again?
Yes, sorry.
We were just really excited about the house. It was perfect for us.
And for Kelly and her daughter Samantha, Cincinnati is the perfect place for that new start.
Cincinnati's a fairly big city. A lot of family-oriented places that you can go to. The neighborhood was awesome. It was quiet but friendly at the same time. We had neighbors across the street that had lots of kids that we would talk to outside. But yeah, it was wonderful. Great neighborhood.
Prior to this house, we had lived in a small 2-bedroom townhouse, a good 45 minutes from everybody we were used to. So being in a bigger house, it was a fresh new start. It was something completely different, something that we weren't used to, but we were definitely ready to step into. It was very exciting.
We were super excited about it. I had planned on staying there several years at the house. I really, really liked it, and so did my daughter.
I knew that this was going on and nobody wanted to talk about it.
But as the days pass, strange things keep happening in the home.
I hate science. Why do I have to do this project?
College. You need to know this for college.
Oh, boring. I like calculus way better.
We were sitting at the kitchen table, and all the appliances in the family room started flashing. TV, everything that was plugged in, even the lights that weren't on, started flashing.
This is weird. Must be a short.
My mom got up and she unplugged everything in the living room. It freaked her out.
I unplugged the TV, but it still kept going.
Mom, what is going on?
It got calm for a couple of minutes, but I just wanted to leave.
Don't worry about it. Let's go out for lunch.
Her explanation was the house is old, could be with the wiring. There's a rational explanation for it. Let's not panic.
I knew it was something bad.
After everything had happened, my mom and I, our attitude towards the house completely changed from when we first got there. This was our dream home. It was everything to us. And now when we were home together, we wouldn't be in a room without one another. It didn't feel like home anymore. We felt like we were stuck there and that there really wasn't anything at the time we could do about it. We didn't feel comfortable at all. We were very unhappy.
Kelly must finally come to grips with what's happening in her home.
The atmosphere in the house started to change, making everybody, nervous and tense all the time. At that point, I hated being there. She hated being there. It was just scary and tense, and I hated it.
She begins searching for help.
It was overwhelming, so I started searching paranormal groups online.
Heavy, and it was an indicator that something was happening in the house. When Kelly contacted me, she had a stress level in her voice that I could pick up on, that she was really concerned about her family. The doors were being slammed, and one of them had actually been slammed so hard it cracked the wood. And she was getting scratched.
Oh my God!
They were getting touched. So I was in law enforcement for 14 years. I was with, sheriff's office and then some local police departments. Because of my law enforcement background, I take a different approach to paranormal investigating by the methods I use to investigate the evidence that's presented.
The team decides to begin an EVP session.
Yeah.
When you inform somebody that they have a demonic entity in their house, it's very overwhelming and terrifying for them. All of a sudden now it's in their house, and now what do? They have no idea. We let them know that we're still there for them. We're going to help them get through this, and we will cleanse the house for them and get rid of this entity if possible.